More than 1 million names of Shoah victims are not known to us. I find this to be so heartbreaking. Entire families were wiped out. And as a result, for so many victims of the Shoah, no one has ever said a Kaddish. And no Yizkor has been recited for them. I derive some nechama, some consolation for this, from a statement in the Tochecha in Parshat Bechukotai, which we read this week. God gives us some hope. He tells us that the entire Jewish people will never be wiped out. And he adds, V'zacharti et briti Yaakov, and I will remember my covenant with Yaakov. V'af et briti Yitzchak, and also my covenant with Yitzchak. V'af et briti Avraham eskor, v'ha'aretz eskor. And I will also remember my covenant with Avram, and I will remember the land. Notice that with regard to Yaakov, Zechira, remembrance is mentioned. V'zacharti et briti Yaakov, I will remember my covenant with Yaakov. With regard to Yitzchak, the term Zechira is not stated. V'af et briti Yitzchak, and also my covenant with Yitzchak. V'af et briti Avraham eskor. But with regard to Avram, like with Yaakov, eskor, remembrance is stated. So why is there no remembrance with regard to Yitzchak? Rashi introduces us to the concept of afaro shel Yitzchak, the ashes of Yitzchak. Yitzchak nearly became a martyr on the Akedah. And as a result, God always holds Yitzchak close to him. Yitzchak is always in my presence, says the Almighty. No remembrance is necessary for him. And if that's the case for Yitzchak, who nearly became a martyr, then how much more so is it the case for those who tragically did become martyrs and who were transformed into ashes? Of course, we recite a collective Kaddish for all victims of the Shoah, and yes, we recite prayers at Yizkor time for all those who perished. However, no Kaddish, no Yizkor is said for some of these specific names. Those individuals, their souls exist with the Almighty always. He tells us he doesn't require a remembrance. They are in the higher celestial spheres of heaven. They are certainly amongst the holiest and the pure of our people. I derive further consolation from the last two words of this pasuk, V'ha'aretz eskor. God tells us, I will remember the land. And isn't that exactly what happened in the 1940s? We emerged from the greatest darkness that we've ever been plunged into, the Shoah. And within just 3 years, we were blessed to celebrate the establishment of the State of Israel. And during this coming week, we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary, the Jubilee, of the reunification of the city of Jerusalem during the Six-Day War. Through the merit of the 6 million victims of the Shoah, may God answer our prayer, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, to spread the tabernacle of his peace over the city of Jerusalem and all Israel. Me'ata ve'ad olam, now and forevermore. Shabbat Shalom.